Hello everyone. Hopefully I can get back to model building really soon. Part because this room is now done. I'll take it off the camera in a minute and show you around. Well, all but one box. I got a box in that corner right there. I need to take care of that. The power supply broke on that. That's a strip light for an aquarium. Okay, first thing we're going to talk about is this. I'm going to open the box, let you guys see what's in it. For the Iso-tip quick charge. Norm responded to the first video saying that is a wonderful soldering iron. Well, we're about to find out and see how well it works. I'm going to go through the paperwork on it. I'm also going to open this up and show you what's inside this box too. A scale model of a different sort. It's not the scale model we're used to. It's a scale model going from tiny to big. So instead of like 1/100 scale, it's 100-to-1 scale. This case is more like probably 1,000-to-1. But anyhow, let me go through all these things, and I'm going to start working on them this week. This shouldn't take very long to build. That's why I'm going to go ahead and do this. I think it's going to be fun. I've already opened it and looked at it. It's mainly a bunch of soldering. And what better to use this on, right? To see how long it'll hold a charge, see that sort of thing. So, let me reposition the camera so we can see what we have here. Okay. Now, one problem with this repositioning is the camera screen is backwards on me, so I gotta kind of glare over this to make sure we're on frame. It came with this little booklet here. It shows long life tips, standard tips, high efficiency tips. In other words, there's lots of different tips you can use on the soldering iron. And this is the one they sent me, was the quick charge. We have the Pro charge and the Power Pro. I know nothing of these models. I'm just showing you what the booklet says. And then we have soldering iron kits. Apparently these are butane powered soldering iron kits. And these are torches. I've actually had one of these torches before, not from this company, but I've had one. And it burns through aluminum cans like you wouldn't believe. Just playing around with it. But these are torches, small torches. And we got a heat gun here, which would work really well for heat shrink, and that might be better than what I currently use. Now this is butane powered, okay? And we got a cordless recharger filing sanding kit. Now that has potential depending on how it goes, and a corded sanding kit, okay? And we got Iso-tip, and it doesn't have a website there. Yeah, it does, isotip.com. Just search that, you'll find them. So let's see what's in this box, because I have not opened this box. It looks like I have, but I have not. So let's open this box and see what's in here. You get a power station. Okay. Looks pretty basic. It looks like a small company working to satisfy demand. This doesn't look like, I'm gonna be honest, it doesn't look like, you know, they've got a style person who puts a lot of style to their product. It looks more like it's going to be a functional product instead of a style product. Here's the device itself. You just have a button. Okay. If you turn the button down, it doesn't go on. That's why it says lock down here. If you turn the button up, it comes with a charge. Look at that. Okay, I don't know how well charged it is. I don't see anything going on. That's a flashlight bulb. I'd rather they had an LED. But then again, this is probably a small company. It came with 2 tips and directions. One of the tips is loose in the box. The other tip is taped up here. We have a fine point tip and a general purpose tip. I'm working with small electronics, so I'm probably going to be using the fine tip. Okay, the directions look pretty straightforward to me. We have replacement tips, high efficiency tips. They're telling me the same thing as that. Installing tip, align leads over the terminal holes, push inward and upward until tip is fully seated. To remove, pull straight out. If it's desired to attach the tip permanently to the terminals, remove the 2 terminal screws, take off the 2 springs, then insert the tip. So it looks like I'm going to put it in a lock because I don't want the thing heating up while I'm trying to put this in. But from the sound of it, you just push that in there. That's what it sounds like to me. I might have to go get I wonder if there is a proper way to do this or an improper. Yep, it only goes one way. Well, the tip's in there. Now, it doesn't have enough charge to run the tip. So it's going to have to charge up overnight. Now, that doesn't surprise me. Okay. Let's see what it says. Recharging stand, operated 120 volts, of course. Recharge from dead to full cycle, blah, 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 in 3.5 to 4.5 hours. 3 to 4.5 hours. Okay, that's what that is. 3.5 to 4 hours to recharge it there. Now, let's see if it says anything about how long it works. You can replace the batteries. It says how to. There's directions on how to solder, but I already know how to solder, and I'm not worried about that. Okay. It says it's shipped with the batteries uncharged, and I can understand why they're doing that. That's not an issue. $794. Which one is this? This is the 770. It says there is the charging stand for the 79044 and the 7904 has an LED to indicate charge. This isn't either of those. This is a 770, so there's no way to know if it's fully charged. Okay, other than to set it there and do it. Okay. It's saying if you they have the models are different colors, so if you got like 5 or 6 different models running around, you use the stand matching the color of the model because different stands do different recharge rates. Okay, it doesn't say how long. I'm not going to charge it until I'm ready to actually start working on this. Just letting you see what's in the box. There isn't much in the box. 2 tips, the charger, this, and directions, and we've kind of read through the directions. So, let's take a look at this one, shall we? Now, I've already opened this one because I wanted to see what was in it. Inside, you have directions, full color directions from the evil mad scientist, showing how to insert them, bend them, solder them, then cut them. You solder, then cut. How to solder components to circuit boards. So when I go to build this, I'll go ahead and read through the directions. Right now, we're just doing an overview. Okay? And it gives me different resistors. There's a whole bunch of different resistor values, and they go in different locations. It tells you the color codes for reading the resistor values. There's transistors, and putting the terminal post on, and the stand, and it talks, there's your basically steps. There's 3 steps. Testing and using your new 555 timer, and it gives a circuit. And we're going to test it when it's done to make sure this timing chip works properly. Okay? Because this is supposed to be a model of a 555, a functional model. So there's the directions. There isn't a whole lot to it. And we're going to go through all the parts real quick to show you. Here's the legs. So it looks like a 555 timer. These are non-functional. Here's the parts. There's everything in the box. There's not much in this box. Okay? And I'm going to go ahead and cut this bag open in a second, although it's sealed from the factory. This is just the screws for screwing the legs on and the terminal post so that you can screw down the wire leads to show this is functional. Okay? Now on the back, I'm going to have to get a knife, so pardon me for a second, because like usual, I'm unprepared for one of these videos. And of course, my shoe is sticking to the bottom of the video camera as I get up. Okay, so I got my little razor blade there. Now, your circuit board has a lot of circuits. There's resistors and transistors everywhere. Okay, and that's all it is resistors and transistors. And that doesn't surprise me because a lot of your basic circuits are that. Okay, transistors, well, we've never talked about what those do in here. And there's some diodes from the look of it too. Let's see what's inside here. Oh, more resistors. The resistors are labeled, so you know what those are. Apparently these are probably all the same resistance. All the color codes look the same. Okay. And you have your transistors labeled. And you have two different kinds. 2N3906, 2N3904. Okay? So you have two different types of transistors. What a transistor does, it's basically a switch. At at 1 voltage, only 2 of these prongs are active. When the voltage increases, it'll flip over to a different prong. So at any given time, only 2 of these 3 prongs work. And it depends on the voltage on which prong works. At a higher voltage, it's a switch. It switches over to a different set of prongs. And that's all it does. It allows current to flow only through 2 prongs at a time. So there you go. There's basically the layout for this. I'm going to get started on this tomorrow probably, not today. I've got some other things I need to do today. Just wanted to do a little quick review of what we're working on and show you all the part layouts. It doesn't look like it's going to be overly complex, overly complicated. That's what I was hoping for, to be honest with you. I need something relaxing right now because I'm spending a lot of time unboxing and putting things away. We may have moved in here 6 months ago, but that doesn't mean we have unpacked and put everything away properly. We have not. So I'm still working on that stuff. Although the bulk of it is done, I still have the minor things. And this room was one of the ones saved for last. The other room saved for last is the home theater room and the master bedroom closet. Those 3 are the bad ones that are left. There's a closet downstairs too, but that's just an hour or 2 ordeal. So I'm going to plug this in, come back 4 hours later, check the charge on it, but I'm not doing that right now. But what I am going to do right now is start recharging this thing. Anyone know what this thing is? It's an RC car, but do you know what brand? It probably says on the bottom. It does not. So no one knows what this is. Well, maybe someone does. I'll give you a hint. It's right there. Lego did make an RC car, and they didn't make a small one. They made a big, huge, serious one. And there's a big power cable there for a reason. This thing has a monster battery in it. It's actually goes almost 25 miles an hour. That surprised me. I got that in a discount store for 20 bucks. It was a closeout, and I went, RC car, Lego, well, 20 bucks, who knows, it might not be too bad. Turns out it's actually really nice for 20 bucks. I don't like the control that came with it because you just have right, left, up, down, and these are boost to make it faster. That's all you got. I would hope that it had more, and it had 3 channels so you could race 3 at the same time. They were all green like that. I think they planned on a line of RC cars, and it didn't work. They just made the one. So anyhow, I just found that in a box today. So I'm going to give it charged up and give it a run this week and see how well it works. The tires are getting a little worn out on it. I'm probably going to take it over to my local RC shop and see if there's a hope and prayer of finding tires to fit this thing. There may not be, because it is Lego. It does have some good shocks. It ran through the grass really, really well too. So it ran off-road really well. So we're going to charge it up and see if it works. Why not? What have I got to lose? It could be fun. If it doesn't work, I just get a new battery. It'll probably work then. I know the batteries in the remote can't be any good anymore, but that's beside the point. Well, now, everyone. Oh, I promised to look around the room. So let's disconnect the camera from the tripod, and let's take a look around. Okay. First, we have a big telescope that I don't use much anymore. I probably ought to list and sell. But it's a good holder for my alien head with my little hat that I got at the Houston Zoo. And for my little parrot who's always hung in my hobby room. No one's ever seen him because he always hangs from the ceiling. Okay. This is BB's telescope and her microscope and a little electronic circuits thing. And a little model for her that's functional. That's actually a plastic model. Right here we have the two photos that I was given by Pegasus Hobbies of the Mercury 9. They're hanging on the wall right next to the paint rack, which you guys have seen. Darth Vader head's getting moved. I'm going to put him somewhere else. I've got something that's coming up there today from the garage. And it's a gargoyle. Surprise. We got the work area cleaned up. The Ma K kit is here. I'm trying to figure out how to finish this polycap material, to smooth it, change it somehow, primer it, paint it somehow. I'm trying to find something that sticks to it. I can't find anything that sticks to it. I can't find anything that works with it. I can't find anything that, other than cutting it, that does anything to it. I haven't tried hydrochloric acid. That'll probably just melt it. Okay, there's the dinosaur. You've already seen him sitting there. My model rocket collection. This one I've had since I was 14. I've saved it from the trash can numerous times because numerous women in my life have tried to destroy it. It's got something on it right there. Hey, good, that comes off because I don't want that on there. I actually have a ribbon for this thing from a National Model Rocket Association meet, a blue ribbon. I came first place when I was 14. And I beat a whole bunch of adults, which was funny. It was a spot landing contest. Basically, what they did is they had a launch rod, and they took a toy glider and threw the glider. Wherever the glider landed, they put a flag, and the person that landed the rocket closest to the flag won the contest. Well, what I did is, this is a D-engine rocket. I shoved an A engine in it and pointed it right at the landing spot. It landed right on the flag. And, you know, the parachute and everything came out because you couldn't just stick it in the ground head first, you know, like this. That would disqualify you. The parachute had to come out. It had to be a proper flight. But it landed almost right on the flag, and one of the adults that were there, remember, I was 14 at the time, one of the adults that was there got really upset with the whole thing and said he should be disqualified. He used an improper engine. The judge running the contest said, nope, he didn't. It was a proper flight. You just didn't think like he did. So I actually have a ribbon for this downstairs. I finally unboxed the Dremel stand. That takes an F engine. That's a D. That's one of those micro engines like that little guy there. That's a supersonic rocket. It takes a G engine. The engine goes all the way up to here. Okay? You can see by the back of that thing, that's a huge engine. I've launched it once. I'm not going to launch it again because I will never find it again. That's how that works. The fins are fiberglass. The tube is not cardboard. It looks like it's cardboard, but that is not cardboard. I don't know what that is. But that thing is designed to handle some serious stress. Garfield. We have to have a Garfield. There's an iPod on an iPod holder, an old iPod. Yeah, I have a Yamaha amp here that is not being used, and I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do with it. Because some music in here would be good, but I can't afford speakers at the moment. And, well, not speakers to do that amp justice. It's going to wait a while. We got Spider-Man on the wall and the old school TV. Some of you said get rid of it. I'm not getting rid of it. These old games just don't look the same on the TV, on the big TVs. I know with the Wii U, you can download some of those to the store, but I already own the games. Why would I want to go download them? Okay? And I get to play with the old Nintendo 64 controller. Since I have the N64, I might as well use it. The Shelf Queen Shelf. These are all the models I've started and not finished, or various other people related to me have started, or friends. Like, that's not my model. Okay. We're going to start working on the Shelf Queen Shelf. This one's almost done. This one's almost done. This is the dinosaur. This is BB's. This is BB's. This is... where is it? That's BB's. That's a friend's. This just needs paint. You know, there's just various things there. Most of them are pretty close to being finished, to be honest with you. There's the Jumbo Machinder shelf. There's a review of Rodan and Godzilla coming up. And up there, let's see if you can actually see it. We've showed this before, but now we can actually see them. All my wooden dinosaurs. I loved those as a kid, so I actually kept them. And up here is the Godzilla shelf. You can't see it. There we go. I'm missing half of them. They're downstairs somewhere. I'm going to find them and bring them up and get them up here. So we're missing a lot of my vinyl Godzillas. These are Zoids, except for the big mechanical dog. The big Brontosaurus is broken. It got killed by Tomodachi, but I have replacement parts in the attic, so I can fix him and get him back functional the way he's supposed to be. You've seen the model stash. The TV is paused up there. I was watching something. You've seen the model stash before. It is huge. It is out of control, and I'm actually thinking of selling some of this stuff that I won't ever build, you know, or having a contest or something. I do have a couple models. I'm going to probably go to Scale Model Addict and just post and say, pay for shipping and it's yours, like this AT-AT. Okay? I don't know. I haven't made my mind up yet. Don't bug me in the comments about that. I know some of you will. I will tell you what I'm going to do with it. But, you know, some of these, I'm just not going to get to them. They need to go. There's no point in holding them and keeping them if I'm not going to build them. And that's the truth. So I'm going to start downsizing a little bit and making room for other things. And right here is my sword collection. I have 2 lightsabers and a whole bunch of Nerf swords. To BB and I sometimes let off steam by playing with them. And some kids come over and we play with them sometimes. They're just fun to play with. No one ever gets hurt. We never go at anyone that hard. You got a bunch of resin models down at the bottom, you know. Just taking a quick walk around since this room, yeah, the voyage bottom of the seas behind the TV. Statue of Liberty model. Some randomness in here, you know. Isn't that kind of fun? I just discovered that this kit right here comes with a lighting kit. That actually has a lighting kit inside there. You just add batteries, put it together, add batteries, paint it, and it's good to go. Queen Esmeralda's, something like that. She goes with Captain Harlock, okay, who's hiding right back there. That's Captain Harlock's battleship. There are 3 versions of Captain Harlock's ship in here somewhere. There's one of them. The other one is right there. And there's the 3rd one somewhere. Anyhow, just thought I'd just let you guys take a glance around. I need to build some tanks sometime. I got a bunch of them down there. I got a couple of hens down there that I should build. Those models intimidate me because there's like 400 parts in a 1/72nd scale model. They're tiny, tiny little things. And stuff like this, they should go. Quinlan Rue. I need to learn to figure paint. Actually, I think the wife has claimed that one. Okay? But anyhow, I'm going to let you guys go. Hopefully you enjoyed the little look around in here. And one of these days, just for fun, I ought to build the Coke stand. It literally is a refreshment stand. Okay? And it comes with a tree. Which is kind of funny. Or I should build this. That would be fun. So with that, I'm just missing something on that, and I haven't bothered to track it down yet. And there'll be go. And I do have one other electronic kind of thing. A clock. So I could build a clock. Alright everyone, there you go. A quick look around. We have Bear Guys. We have Gundam models all over the place here. Mach-E at the bottom. More resin down there. Star Wars resin is there. Fine Molds and Bandai is here. I forgot about this thing. I was going to have a contest. I'm going to wait a month or 2. I'm almost to 4,000 subscribers. When I hit 4,000 subscribers, we'll give this thing away. Okay? And I'm sure one of you will remind me in the comments if I don't, because it needs to be given away. All right, everyone. I hope you enjoyed, and I will talk to all of you later.